I got to go up here and say something about Jack and Margaret, don't I? Well, I come out 300 miles to say something. They give me 24 hours to shut up. You get that? I said, you say anything funny about me, she said, I'll shoot you down. And man, I know she will too. And that goes for you, Michael. When I was changing your underpants, you know, 3/4 ones, you used to poke your tongue out in them too. And old Jack sitting there studying his speech, look. You want to know what I'm going to say, boy? But I ain't going to tell you. But I want to tell you something. I've known them since I knee high to grasshoppers. And all these little ones here give me a hard time too. That's the offsprings of loves, and that's what love's all about. Having kids and having fun with them. And I can't say anything more than that on how nice they are and what great people they are. Because I've met a hell of a lot of people, sorry about that, Father, in my life, but I don't think I've ever met two greater people in my life than Margaret and Jack.
Hear, hear.
I'm getting bow-legged along with the tooth, aren't I, Meg? Yes, you blame that on the horses, not me. But I'd like you to charge your glasses and not charge them too hard. Just pull them up and have a drink. So the two best people I've ever met in my life.
Margaret and Jack.
That I can't hope to match. Jack. On behalf of yourself and Margaret.
First thing, loss of memory runs in the family because I got a piece of paper too.
I hit that.
Thank you, Theo, for those, Father McGrath. Theo, what? Thank you very much for those words. It was my first sentence before I get right saying I can say that, see? Thank you very much. Faye, I would like to officially welcome you to the Love family. Actually, we didn't think Michael was ever going to propose and get married, but at long last he did and has. We're very happy that he picked you because we think you're a very wonderful girl. There's only one thing though, you need a strong arm for him. Keep him under control. As a boy, he was never much trouble to us, except one day he nearly set fire to our neighbour's shed. I think that put him off trying to smoke. Only one other thing, I'd like to thank everyone for coming, especially those who've travelled so far, which is quite a few of us. So thank you very much, and to Coral and Roy, say our heartfelt thanks. I think you've done a marvellous job of organising this wedding and reception. Thank you.
There's just one wrong.
I must apologize. When I took that piece of paper away from me, I forgot one or two things I should have said. First, I must thank Herbie and Tess also for all the help they've given us. And Herbie, thanks for the speech. It's quite a long one, but still nice. Another point also is, I forgot also to mention that as Jack has said, welcome Faye to his family. We also welcome Mike to our family. Thank you.
On occasions like this, everyone likes to offer the bride and groom a bit of advice. And I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it in a funny sort of way. Now, in every marriage, there is a tendency on the part of one partner, who's normally the wife, to ask far too many questions. This tends to result in a situation where the other partner, the husband, tells little white lies. Now, picture, if you will, a situation where there is a couple that's been married for 25 years. We'll call them Faye and Michael. Michael's a respected member of the community and is also heavily involved with a number of organisations, including one of the local service clubs. He goes to the service club one night and the guest speaker doesn't arrive. So they draw names out of a hat and then they draw subjects out of a hat. You know, this is the pattern of this particular service club. And this particular night, Michael's name comes out to give a 20-minute speech, which he has 10 minutes to prepare. They then put their hand back in the hat again and pull out the subject. And the subject is sex. Well, anyway, Michael gives his address, which seems to be fairly well received, and he goes home, and Faye says, "Well, how was the meeting, dear?" And Michael says, "Well, it was quite interesting, actually." And she says, "Well, what was the guest speaker like?" "Oh, well, in actual fact, he didn't turn up." "Oh, well, who spoke then?" "Well, actually, dear, I did." "Oh, what did you talk about?" "I spoke about sailing." Anyway, the next day, Faye is doing her shopping and she wanders into the butcher's shop. And the butcher happens to be a member of the service club as well. So he immediately comes over and says, "Oh, Faye, Michael's address last night was absolutely fantastic. You know, he was just so marvellous, he was so accomplished. You know, he really knew his subject. He was really brilliant." And Faye says, "Well, that surprises me. From the time I've known him, he's only ever done it 3 times. First time he got so sick, we had to help him off. Second time was even worse than the first. And the third time, we had to get the Navy in to get him off." I'd now like to ask John Poulter to read the telegrams. John?
Oh, he's got a big coat,
Unfortunately, we didn't get as many as we thought we would, because most of them went to Sydney. The first one's from Manchester, and it's many congratulations. Our thoughts will be with you and the family, wishing you every happiness. Auntie Jean, Uncle Lucas, and children, and Uncle Des. Next one's from Surfers Paradise, Queensland, sorry. Dear Faye and Mike, thinking of you both on your wedding day. Love, Colin and Debbie. I don't drop 30s. Next one's from Sydney. Faye and Michael, congratulations and best wishes from all at Ebsworth on your wedding day. Another one from Sydney. Congratulations. Our very best wishes for a long and happy life together. Ron and Jack Boyne. Another one from Sydney. Does anyone from New Zealand send telegrams? Patricia and I send our very best wishes to you both. Stop. Oh, not me. Hope you have a lovely day on Saturday. Are you going to agree to obey Michael, or will it be vice versa? Norman Lyle. That's all.
There inevitably, on occasions like this, are a number of people who, for a variety of reasons, can't be here, whether it be illness, distance, or whatever. And on both sides of the family, there are people who are in this category. It is my duty to ask you to all stand up and join with me in a toast to absent friends. To absent friends. Ladies and gentlemen, that really concludes most of the speaking part of the evening. The next thing that we're moving on to is the cutting of the cake. But that'll just be a second or two whilst we get things reorganised with the video. But following on from that, there's going to be dancing here. Now, Mike and Faye have every intention of being amongst the last to leave. They have this funny idea that because it's their wedding and their party, they can enjoy it. Most unusual thought. Traditionally, there are people who don't like to leave before the bride and groom do. Possibly people who are a bit older or a bit infirm or with young children. Please feel free to just make your farewells and go, rather than feeling obliged to stay around until Michael and Faye leave. By the same token, please feel free to stay and enjoy the evening for as long as possible. The other thing that Michael and Faye have felt is probably required is that there are people, or plenty of people with cameras who would like to take a few photos of them. I thought they were very modest about that. In fact, Mike's a very modest chap. I asked him whether anyone else, well, whether anyone in his family, in fact, had made or was about to make a good marriage, and he said, yes, me. He was intrigued with his modesty. But anyway, they are going to do what the American president calls a photo opportunity, but I'm not quite sure where you're going to do it. Have you worked that one out? Either over by the cake or over by the window across in the corner there. So if anyone does wish to take photos of the happy bridal couple, then they will be posing.
Oysters and some scallops. Are we filming? We should, while we're waiting. The whole bar.
I can't even whistle in tune, let alone sing. The cutting of the cake is just about to happen. As soon as Faye finds a knife. Oh, she's gone. If anyone would like to take a photo of this, then please feel free to, get themselves up there and all, and do it.
Push.